came up, so at times you don't blame. That's why you can see some leaders also don't allow most of the young guys come to get closer. Because familiarity, they become family liars. Near any they begin to feel that they are your equal. So you see, these are all attitude issues and how religion has also portrayed it. So we also see that somebody having big church is a sign that the person is more of God than another person. Will be over 10 members. So now everybody begin to fight for crowd, not quality. Not quality, but crowd. Into young guys, say, whatever I have to do to gather maybe 500 people, you gather them. At the end, Ubebunu sin me and Amikita 10 members. But in India, cannot be compared to what I have. And yet every slowly the also be naya honwa. I can say, oh, bomba is only yes, sir. That means that not everything big is a blessing. Some bigness are sign of infection. I get to the point. So we must begin to appreciate. Obiti asori them sofune mua ebuano kitwa sa o obesrano obefreve sasa ni pani nyeska kakra na bibi kwan bie man pe we no ni sofune di rough one we just sorry so kojo na sorry for then they start showing disrespect to the pastor. So human nature, how some people behave, also make people to take on certain attitude in order to also save themselves, and you can't blame them. Though some of our brothers are going to the extreme, but you can't still blame them. At times the sheep are ungrateful. They are ungrateful. And how do you expect them? Suffer be, but who you suffer? No be at now sorry them. Contribution on Webi. Nothing on ye. Or be two are offering. Or be two offering 2 CDs. Meanwhile, the person can give off. If you either support the work, you can give 10, you can give 50 CDs. That person the 2 CDs. But one was also scanning your software in your kwakodi. Echeni pa yarea. Wakati say ni suba na owo mu na omboa nyame adwuma na eni seba se na ni sam ye di no onsesa nyame betumi asa no wanye no ti say afa na di na akọ sofo fufuro ho oduru ho no sofo no charge no e bia consultation 1,500 eno mutua ye e kire ne akwanche na dia ma na anye ye yare no aye din e kire si nipa na ewu ya actually ne na ebusafo na ba ho say ono your church member enti omo ne ba say asori so obi wu a e say ye si nipa no aso be say be mani pan fudaka ni ahin koto fudaka 2,000 the contribution to city e was sorry onboa who you suffer be there. Okay, want to be angry, it look like you are stupid, you are a fool, they've taken you for a fool. Omo mu yi omo do omo ebinum de na emboa boa na emfa to fudaka ma no, but that 1,500 they are come will be as consultation free. That means that they respect other people outside. That's the nature of most Christians. When they sit under you, they don't value you. No matter how nice you can eat with them, be nice, they don't value. With time, you see that they are very fools. They'll leave you and show appreciation to people who have never contributed anything in their life. And they make you look so stupid. If you don't have virtues, you don't control emotions, will you behave like that to others? You will not take out that nature and become hard. You will not show anybody mercy again. Because if you don't save yourself, all these people will leave you. They will not support you.
Wow. And nkɔmmɔ no very, 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 very Bishop Jehoshaphat will go deep on life matters, spiritual matters, the traditional system, and everything. What do we have to do now? One, you spoke about on learning.
Yes.
So you believe we need to question our belief system?
We have to question our belief system. True intelligence, true knowledge is not in the fear of the Lord.
Oh, the fear of the Lord is the
beginning of wisdom. What does it mean? And I'm sure you see, when you say of God, then you have to define God. Is it a person? Mm-hmm. It's nature. You have to respect nature. Because nature is intelligent than you. Trees can survive without man. Man cannot survive without trees. Yebo niyama nyina ansana yebo nipa. Te niyama otumi esi nipa. So when you come into the disrespect what gives you life, how do you think you can survive? Man can die and vanish on earth, trees will not vanish. The waste product of trees is the oxygen, and that is all man takes in. The waste excreta of the bees is what produces honey, which boosts man's memory. So you see nature. We don't respect nature. Say yes, sir. Yenua on to me castle or concern you any all those things. Nature. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
We must unlearn these things and come back to truth. Let's go back to our fathers. Let them tell us the ways of our fathers, the ways of leadership, and learn from them. Let's go back to the essentials of life from our ancestral line. What they taught us that we have ignored. Let's go back and pick them, because that is what will save us. White man's style of life, cannot save a black man. Chinese style of life cannot save a black man. It's the black man way of life, black man religion, black man's way of prayer is what will save black man. And our ancestors were in tune with nature. They respect nature, they respect everything. When you respect nature, you respect elders, you respect everyone. He said, consider the years of many generations. Ask your fathers and they will tell you. Ask your elders and they will teach you. When we have a system right now, because of democracy and human rights, young guys don't respect elders again. Where do you think we are heading? A total collapse. The knowledge that will save the next generation must be given. Let me drop this. Remember, Jesus was going to heal the daughter of Jairus, who was dead. The Bible said that the girl was at the age of 12 years. While Jesus was going, a woman came who had the issue of blood for how many years? 12 years. 12. The woman is mature, the girl is upcoming. 12 years. Jesus did not go to Jairus' daughter to raise her. Jesus attended to the woman first. Do you know why? Knowledge, wisdom, it is the older generation that must train the younger generation, impart knowledge to them for continuity of life. If this girl is dead, it is because the knowledge that will save the girl, the generation, has not been given by the elderly. And why? Because the elderly is bleeding. Most of our leaders are bleeding. Most of our elders are bleeding. Why? Because the younger generations who carry the mantle have shown so much disrespect to our leaders, so they are bleeding, hurting.
No, the elders.
That is it. So they are bleeding. So what they need to transfer to the next generation, they can't transfer, because the person you are even giving is so arrogant, disrespectful. How do you transfer? So they are bleeding. And until the church comes into a place in order to heal the elderly generation, for the elderly generation to impart the younger generation, we still have university graduates who can speak English, but they can't cook. They don't know anything about their culture. So we are heading to a total collapse. And if we are not careful, we are going to lose everything. Thank God for some of the things that our... I see a program on the... Sorry, I have to say this on your program. Is it NJTV or UTV or whatever? They say they do something, African heritage, something. Okay. But they show Amamre and all those kind of stuff. Yes.
But Amamre, do baby, you want to say, yeah, but some and so even your castle being called on Henekra.
So for be Yarikra, ye nakodru, ye nakotufia, ye yen, as I said, Ruda.
Yeah, you might be drew, yeah.
Adena ni prayer na you know. You see, religion makes us hypocrite. What will help us, we fight it, but later it's what will save us. It's what will save us. It's what will save us. Yasantuamo, or comfort nochemo, any you should be your comfort as here. Your comfort, any udifo, will be your udifo ere. Will be a order a dead. Comfort or come. In short, is that not the same thing? Udifo, it will be order a dead. We have them in our culture, we have them already. They can tell us things. They can help us navigate our ways. Ancient wars between kingdoms now. They tell you it is their priests and their priestesses that help them to overcome or defeat the slave masters and this. That time, where was church? I'm not saying church is not powerful. I'm just saying that at times our own thing that will help us, we look down on it and demonize it. And that demonization was brought to us by European missionaries. So they stop us from praying our language. They stop us from singing our songs, divide us. Then what happens? When we divide, they create enemies among us. So we fight, they control us. Until we see the oneness of all Ghanaians, of all Africans, and embrace ourselves as brothers and sisters, we'll keep fighting each other, and strangers will be taking our resources. So while we are busy fighting, they are taking our resources. So for them to have access to our resources, they have to create a fight between us. So if they don't like you, you can't submit to their leadership and control. They come and support your opposition, give the opposition money to fight you, and before they remove you, when they remove you, then they put somebody there who they can control. Before they realize they are controlling our economy. You are just standing there as a figure. But they were not the one controlling our economy. Others are controlling our economy.
That's true, because you say, so we pay man penny, we pay do some level be a foreign influence.
Yes.
Indirectly,
what killed Kwame Nkrumah?
Yeah, say
What killed Muammar Gaddafi?
Gaddafi then they may till now.
Yes. What killed Gaddafi?
Yeah,
they use his own people to destroy him.
Yeah.
Today, Gaddafi, Libya was having good economy, supporting its. Today, it has become the den of slavery. They are selling human organs. Slavery, human slavery is going on in Libya right now. Who want to go to Libya now? They have gone back to their country. You see what is becoming of Africa? They'll keep dividing. Africa is a cake that they are sharing. When you go and study the, is it 1985 or 87 something? I've forgotten. You go and check it. You see how they've divided Africa. The Beijing conference, all these things, they divided Africa. So Africa is a cake, and it's unfortunate. Our leaders are submitted to all these mechanisms just because one person will get one money into his pocket. You are not thinking about the generations coming. You are thinking just about yourself. So we put all our leaders, family around ourselves just like that, and the nation is collapsing. Everything is going down. If you want to talk, they say don't talk. Hey, like that. And Christians who call themselves politicians should have done to use their mind. They will affiliate themselves with one political party and forget logic, forget critical thinking, and they will attack those so far as you are not in their party. They will attack you. But they forget that when crisis strike, it will not say this one is not save this one. You see the problem?
COVID-19, I expose you as of all.
Oh, I expose you. I expose you, you know.
Big time.
Oh, yes, I expose us. Let's expose the church. Now, we spend money building big cathedrals. The cathedrals are empty. Why didn't God come and keep the people there? It's letting you know the focus of ministry. The focus of ministry is people. We invest in things instead of investing in people. You can't blame the people when they behave like sheep because it takes time for them to develop. If a member goes to ICGC, from ICGC, spend 1 year in ICGC, then come to Lighthouse, spend 2 years in Lighthouse, come to Deeper Life, spend 1 year. By the time they roll about 10 years or better, the person won't know what the person believes again because all these churches have different orientations. So ICGC, people think that they know God and understand the Bible intelligent better than people who go to Roman Catholic. Lighthouse people believe like this. So Lighthouse people, you invite the person to your church, they won't come because they feel that if you come, it is disloyalty. But if you leave your church and you are going to their church, there's not disloyalty. You see how we have divided ourselves, and we say we are praying to one God. We are lying, brother. We are lying.
You are not praying to one God.
Oh, we are not. If we understand we are praying to one God, that everything we are doing is to put patch me say Apostle Paul na ti we asese here. Na say owo dibia, owo sika, owo ni bibia. Na say wo owo bia 15,000 members now evangelist some person be ya sorry, owo crusade one person be preach man. Obeka so mba. Because on the influence e be twe akra bebre ama ni som na. Obeba. Then there are certain big men you can't invite them. If you have 10 members, you can't invite them. If you have 50, you can't invite them. They don't come. So the question is, what are we building? Are we truly building the same kingdom? Are we being used by the same God? Is our focus the same? I don't think so. Me, I don't think so. If you like, God have called you want to start a work, yes. Not everyone have genuine orientation or genuine motives. But want to start a work, fine. Go to some of these big churches, say you need instruments, you need this. There are people in the church who offering, they write it in checks. Can take one offering, say, okay, how much your rent like this? What to say in the course of this coronavirus, senior pastors or general pastors who have money, whatever, they've caused all young and up and coming ministers, or one church, whatever, 20 members, 50 members, and others are almost a lockdown. They are offering camp, times we call offering 20 cities, 10 cities. Or you are better, we are better like that. Come, come to me and call me and just come for a bag of rice. What be that? They can only do for their own members, their own pastors. If you are not part of the church, you won't get anything. You see how bullshit we are. Excuse my language. We are hypocrites. When we say we are serving the same God, no, we are not. We are hypocrites.
At this point, strike me. Instead of building churches and cathedrals and more, whatever, we should focus on
the money the government want to use to build the cathedral. Now, imagine Corona is lingering around for 3 years. Will the government build that cathedral? Who is going to sit there? Because nobody is going social distancing, nobody will go there and work. If somebody goes there and work, it means that then the social distancing does not work. So, and you build the cathedral, who is going to worship there? That money, can't that money, now we are shortage of hospitals, beds and stuff. Can't that money do that? So what is the essence? Tell me, what would that do for us? But when the hospital is built, it will employ nurses. It will employ a lot of people. Employment will go up. People's livelihood will come up. It will save us. In case of emergency, we have more there. Even stadium here, how many hospitals are around stadium? In case of any emergency, like stadium, Amanehu or whatever, how will people get saved? We have to drive them straight to maybe 37 or Koli. By the time we traffic here, we walk on. Indomie slice. You can see the point. So we are investing in things instead of investing in the people. And if you invest in the people, look at the things that will help the people. Infrastructure, these basic things that will come. Now they are calling on individuals. Let me tell you something. Let me show you something I saw. The COVID-19 fund is a good idea the president brought. And people are donating. But already, me, I'm not into politics, so I'm just sharing my view.
Yeah.
Already, you said we have been giving loan from IMF. I don't know how true it is. Me, I'm not there. What they said is what I'm saying. The government have what? Is it 100 million, something already? Now, then a church organization stand up and go and donate 200,000 Ghana cedis to that same fund. To me, it's useless. It's useless. What that 200,000? Now we saw on the television how the car you go in, they've been bought and kept at Bedding Powell. You see, why not the churches come together? The money you are giving to the government already have more, and they will generate it also from the taxes. Why not come out and help the government by going to individuals and organizations where these needs are really needed? But we hear some people complain, say, this one say that. You see the problem? If a church can give, if Pentecost is giving maybe 100,000 Ghana cedis, why Pentecost not target that maybe this kind of problem, let's go and solve it with this money? It's part of helping the nation. You are helping the government. Yeah. Why give it to the government when one selfish person sitting somewhere who is in charge of that fund or whatever people, they will start fighting over it. At the end, who gives accountability? How do we find out that the true money that is given, all the money coming in, MTN giving, this company, on all they are giving. Now, are they be able to tell us that so far in a week now, donations are banning, say useful. Have we gotten it? No. If you ask questions, you come up. So to me, the church must focus on the church and separate the church from the from politics. Let the church help the church. Pastors will help each other. There are young pastors that are having challenges. That young man at the age of 25 who is into ministry, if that person gets into 118, the tendency of the person becoming an armed robber is high. But the person didn't choose to be an armed robber, decide to serve God. Now, the fact that all pejafin doesn't mean say they cannot do anything. Why not help the person? Why not help each other? We are not doing it. There are some members, I'm telling you, who are not going to go to their churches again. Oh yes, I'm telling you. There is a program I'm starting tomorrow. I have the Church Board Institute. And we are looking at church cell system strategy. How to still meet your members through cell meeting. How do you have cell meeting? In their houses. Go back to the Bible or the book of Acts. The churches were started in their houses. How when the Roman Empire started attacking and persecuting the church, they started meeting in their houses. So if the churches have been building, have been closed, ministry can still go. We can still affect life positively from home meetings. And I said how to do that, and people are enrolling in the course. That means that even from house to house, helping families becomes easier. Because if this is a house and I'm here, we have 12 people meeting and just praying, discussing Bible and praying. If somebody have a need, if we are going, we are saying maybe 100 Ghana cedis, they can meet a need. Than gathering everybody in one place, 2,000, 5,000 people. How do you attend to them? So you see that certain people have preferences. They don't have preferences. So you see people in churches who don't have any thought at all of benevolence and kindness. So many people are in church, they are in big churches, but they are suffering. But if you watch small churches help meet the members' needs. Sorry, because on himself, the members say 20. It is when Sister John says Sister John sorry. Who are sorry more 5,000, 10,000. One bus or one in himself, one bus sorry. Who can look for you?
YPG leader.
Those systems are not working. When it comes to the Orthodox organizations, and it's working, but most of our independent churches, those systems don't work. Yeah. There are churches like ICGC, churches like Lighthouse that have good cell systems. So you can see that they meet the needs and meet the people from cell departments. So they have cell leaders. When the leaders meet, they take it to their leaders. And so before I realize, say maybe 2,000, 5,000 demand leaders now. Everybody in your cell meetings, obi wo near near survey no one. So at the end they meet each other's things. So Bible says in the book of Acts that those who have more, they shared with those who don't have, and there was none among them who lacked. He said when this happened, Bible said that, and the Lord added to the church daily. Because when the people outside saw the unity among the Christians, they decided to join the church. So every day, no, before from bar, sorry. But now, person young doma, just so what say obedient. We are not serious with ourselves. These are hard truths.
Yeah, very hard. Seriously.
These are hard truths.
Interview now, but still, the number of people who are watching, do baby on the internet, no cry, so it tells you, say, enko for any aje, nkɔmmɔ yedi hopa, and
thank you.
Nyamin Shao for. And some what they am I.
Thank you.
Do you believe in prayer?
I believe in prayer.
Prayer, what does it do? Dear important and
prayer
because now what my atia say we are God. Because Nyame etiemu. Nyame, and even the way you even linked you are your ancestors because of bloodline. We are God because you create. So that connection, you're telling you, I may hear that calculation. So prayer, no, is very important. How does prayer work? Do we,
prayer is not just what you say. Prayer is also positive thinking. Prayer simply means a plea, speaking your intention into the cosmos or into the cosmic world. Whatever is going to come to is not coming from somewhere, it's coming from you. Remember what the Bible said. God created the heavens and the earth. I did a conference, I think early this year, I titled Prophetic Genesis. How to create your reality. Genesis chapter 1 says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The beginning of your life is when you start creating for yourself, not what somebody creates for you. Your true beginning is when you begin to take responsibility. And how do you do that? He said, you go back. God created the heavens and the earth. Then wait. John chapter 1 verse 1 tells you, in the beginning. Genesis says, in the beginning. What happened in the beginning? God created the heavens and the earth. How did God create the heavens and the earth? John chapter 1 explained it. In the beginning was the Word. The Word, listen, the Word was with God. And the Word is God. Other version says, and the Word was God. If it was, then it is not. It is present continuous. And when you read the New Testament Greek from which it was translated, it says, kai theos, or logos. And God is the Word. Let me take it again. Genesis chapter 1, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Your beginning, your true beginning is when you accept responsibility. God created the heavens and the earth shows responsibility. What is responsibility? I told you, responding to your environment with the right ability. What are the ability? The abilities in you. Paul says it is the power that worketh in you. Are you getting the point? Yeah. So God is able to do exceeding, but you are able to do exceeding abundantly, far above all that you can imagine or ask. So your creation and your prayer is based on thinking and speaking. So God created the heavens and the earth. How did God create the heavens and the earth? Genesis, John chapter 1 come and tell you. In the beginning was the word. What are words? Words are the expressions of thoughts. So when you tell me in the beginning, God did not create the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God thought. Because he has to think before he has to speak. He has to think. And by thinking, he captured and created the image of how the universe should be. Then he began to speak it. You begin to speak your intention. Now, speaking your intention is not bringing what you want from a particular realm, but rather everything you need is around you in nature. You are only speaking what you want to manifest in your reality per time. And so it must be, David said, let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart, your mental heart, your mindset, be acceptable. Your prayer, what you call prayer, is not acceptable. If you are only speaking, but you are not thinking, it's not acceptable prayer. So your thinking must be pure thought. So Bible tells you in Philippians, therefore, whatsoever thing that is pure, whatsoever thing that is good, whatsoever thing that is of good report, if there be any virtue, think on this, because what you think about is what you speak. What you say is what comes to stay. Kai theos, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and God is the word. Kai theos, all of God. So the word is God. Where is the word? The Bible says the word is near you, even in your mouth. So if the word is God, and God is the word, then what is are you talking about? You are creating your own reality by the things you keep speaking. So God said, let there be light. And light came. Let there be. Let there be. What God said came to stay. What God said. So God only spoke the things that he wanted to see. So God didn't think to us, let there be a certain way. He spoke and he meant what he wanted to see. And when he spoke them, nature brought it, because it didn't come from anywhere. They are already one with nature, came together. What you are doing right now, you first thought. When you thought, you start speaking. I'm going to do this. I want to do it. By speaking, you are creating. They are seeds you are dropping into the earth of nature. And when every seed drop, they begin to germinate. The seed leads you, gives you direction before realize it's moving you to a certain place. Thoughts are taking things. Everything is mathematically connected. And when you begin to see this now, the Bible said that, I thought I was in church. The Bible said that, and God saw that what he said, what he has created was good. You must begin to see good in what you have, even though it does not look good now. And people don't see good in it. When you started Coffee TV, was it good? No. People condemned, people didn't like, but today you see, you saw good in it, they don't see good. And the good you saw, you are seeing it. So prayer is having good, walking around and even having good thoughts is prayer. Because it's a plea. So when I have good thought, in other words, the good thoughts I have begin to attract good things to me. It doesn't mean that everything will be good around, but I must learn to see good in everything. There is good in everything. You see, there is nothing in the spiritual science, there is nothing like negative and positive. In negative in a derogatory term, that this is bad, no. But they are all equal forces on their own and functioning within their realms. In cable, you have the negative wire and positive wire before you can get power. So positive alone does not mean it's good. Negative alone does not mean it's good. It is a combination. The sperm, the sperm cell of the man is the half of the man. The ovum cell of the female is the half of the female. So when the ovum cell leaves the ovum, the female, and it's coming, and the sperm leaves the man, half produce come together, gives you a child, one. So you need the negative and the positive together to get what you want. So you don't run away from negative things. See what nature is trying to teach you. See good in the thing and know that it will pass. Learn the lesson you have to learn. And our elders, ancestors tells us, he who fights and runs is to fight in another day. Nature will bring you back to the lesson you have forgotten to learn, you have refused to learn. You keep repeating that same mistake until you learn and mature, you can go to the next level.
Do we pour libation?
What's libation? Libation is the pouring of any liquid and invoking a deity. Liquid is any liquid. If I pick water and I say that, as I'm sitting down, as I'm moving on, God, you said that blessed shall be my going and blessed shall be my coming, and I drop water. It's prayer. You call it libation. It's prayer. What is evil about that? When I pick oil and I said, I bring water, I sanctify, Father, I decree and I declare. You see that one as better. This one is prayer. This one is apaye. Who are they ascribing to? Which date, which force are they involved in? The force of goodness. The force of goodness. Before the white brought the Bible and all these things came, what was keeping us? It is natural way of communicating with nature. So you're painful, you're not there. They are too big form. Recognizing that nature gives, nature will appreciate. Appreciating nature, say, and yes, say, assassin be disika. It is a natural way of communicating, being one with nature and understanding how nature functions. So prayer can come in any form. Prayer can come in giving. Giving is a form of prayer. Thinking good is a form of prayer. So when you do that and you live good life, it's prayer. Somebody would like to be like you. So prayer is in different forms. It's not what we stand and speak. People speak things, they don't mean it in churches. People speak things, they know that they are betraying their own conscience. Their conscience is betraying them. But you see, he said, before you speak, I know. Before you ask, I have answered. So what are you going to say that will please God? Is it tongues you are going to speak that will bribe God? Or you speak grammar that will make God listen to you in a particular way? But don't you know that they say silence is golden? So the law of concentration tells you, when I am quiet, thinking, having good thought on how things should be better for people and everything, I'm praying. Hannah prayed and received a son. Did she utter a word? No, it was in her heart. Listen to what Jesus said. I've written a book titled The Science of Prophetic Prayer. Science, SCIENCE, Science of Prophetic Prayer, not SINGS. No. Okay. What is science? Knowledge. So the knowledge of true prophetic prayer. How did it happen? And she spoke, and Jesus said, if you want to pray, don't pray like the Pharisees who stand on the highways or byway for them to be seen of men, for they have received their reward. What is their reward? That men have seen them. So people do things for showmanship. Now, crusade is going on, and you see somebody, a Christian, standing on the crusade platform and praying, Kabayaka. The people passing, do they understand that Kabayaka you are speaking on the? Why not pray with the language of men so that some, Paul said, for when strangers come, Nasa Hokwoba Muntema, Mumbompai and you so Nipakasa, send a bear move here, Namuka Amen, or better me so Amen. Now so Biba Muntem, Namuka so no Tiasia. So one guy's a one bottom. So is that we ourselves we expose ourselves. So Jesus said, if you want to pray now, so open so bompire, enter your house and shut the door. He's teaching the technicalities of prayer. If you want to pray, pray like this. Enter into your room and shut the door. What is your room? Your house. Your house is another way of temple. What's the temple? Your body. In other words, get in tune. If God, now, Adum FM is a frequency outside. So if you want to connect to Adum FM, you tune to. If God is in you and you want to connect to God, how do you tune?
You just keep quiet, concentrating.
How do you tune? Do you tune out?
No, you don't. You tune in.
You tune in, and our elders call it intuition. God speaks to us from us. But most of the time we don't listen because we don't have a hearing ear.
And your instincts let me make sure I say no, I did wait there. Ubon say ubuswa okoye na problem about.
That is the voice of God within you. We have not been trained to listen to God. God does not want to speak to you through me. Those days are over. God wants to talk to you, to yourself, because he will have a personal relationship with you, by you. So he won't pass you and come. Before something will come to me in a dream to tell you, it means that the signals have been come, but you are either not seeing it or you are ignoring it. Then the message will come through another person, because the universal force, mathematically, we are all connected. You see this place, we are sitting here, but see a lot of connections.
Yeah.
This one is not on its own. They are all connected to produce one thing. What is that thing? Coffee TV. I get to the point. So we must begin to see things from spiritual perspective than just being religious and having a religious attitude. And that's why we have the problem. So we must have good thoughts and begin to speak. Speak good about yourself. You want to see God, you want to know God. God is not a white man. When you wake up and you stand in front of the mirror, the one you see in the mirror is God looking at you. So you keep looking at yourself. There's a book I've done titled An Encounter with Yourself, the key to the divine you. There's a divine you in you have not recognized. And the day you woke up to the spark of the voice within you, that's when Coffee TV started. It was an awakening you had. And you never had peace. And when you stood up to that assignment, you started working, you did this, you did that. This man is standing here today. He's employed. Another person. You see, the dream of creation through proper prayer help other people. But if your prayer is about me, it's not prayer. It's playing. You are not praying. That's why most prayers are not answered. And we keep going back to the same prayer, praying that same way, and nothing is happening. We are making fool of ourselves. We are not being truthful to ourselves. Prayer must be taught. The disciples came to Jesus and said, Master, teach us how to pray. So true prayers are taught. You must be taught how to meditate. You must be taught how to concentrate. But you go to church, everywhere is noisy. Everywhere is noisy. No concentration. But remember years back, days of old, the years of many generations, we ask our fathers, when you go to church, after worship, Pentecost time, people will kneel down. Say, you remember those years?
Yes.
Do we have that now?
No. Finland, the most quiet building in the world.
Baby, I also need me back on.
Aye. Uremwa se uye otinipa home kra. Omo sin in such and udru ho osofo ni ho. You enter and you go and pray. And there you don't open your mouth. You just enter. Ura inside koyedin Bible you can read, but you will not hear anybody. Obi anya collection we are no wa pee. And ura inside won't anything outside. And you don't hear anybody inside. Till you hear yourself.
If there's a cathedral we need to build something like that, where our leaders will go and sit down quietly and think. Sit down, get outside, move. Listen to what he says. Enter your door, enter your house, and shut the door. Enter into yourself and close, move yourself away from all distractions and shut the door. Pray in silence, and your Father who listens in silence will reward you openly. So what result you have as testimony openly is the reward of the prayer you did silence. God is not interested in our shouting. God is not interested. It's just having a formality. When you keep quiet, what are you going to tell God? When he already sees you naked, he knows everything. All these jargons, they are it has produced pentirascals and charis crazies. It's the truth I'm telling you. Look at all these things going on. How many spiritual churches you've heard them in these kind of scandals? I put Rebecca so one year so some sorry niama. Catholic, do you hear any of them involved in none of these things? Yet Catholic people don't go for evangelism, but their services never reduce. Think about it. The opulence we have, the way we portray our lives, will go in contradiction with our own belief system. Pentecostals and charismatics. It's not helpful. We are our own enemies. We hate each other. We lie. And we are pretentious. We pretend. Most of our leaders pretend. And the followers pretend. So who are we lying to? We are lying to ourselves. Are you getting the point? Yeah. So we must go back to this and learn these basic. These are the ways of our fathers. And we must learn what we call ancestral veneration. Ancestral veneration. When I say ancestral veneration, there's a difference between ancestral worship from veneration. So udi nidie kaye anidie wo mu emobi. Esin say usom nipa no. Okay. I heard say Maradona, they have his shrine and they worship him. That is different. I'm not speaking of that. That is not acceptable. But veneration, and we do it ignorantly, we do it, but we don't want to accept it. We do ancestral veneration. Do you know the number of pastors and bishops that are coming? Why do I use the term? And I write on my Facebook, I have every week I come out with a short inspirational message. I call it ancestral truth. When I say ancestral truth, in other words, ancestral, nimdia, nukrea, you see, ancient, ancestral, free, painful, and I write them. You know, somebody is going to call me and told me that now I've backslided because I'm using the word ancestral. I said, wow, only Jimmy. Excuse me. I don't even need to. It is true. The person's ignorance. And at times people attack you based on ignorance. But would I say that I keep doing it, I keep writing it, and you know, when I don't write it and post ancestral truth, there are people outside Ghana who will call me, send message on Facebook, Bishop, we've not read ancestral, never knew that it was a motivation to them every week. And I'm putting together in a book, Ancestral Truth. You will love it. And when you read it, when you take a reading meditation, you see how it connects you to yourself, connects you to nature, and which you define as the divine, as God. Connects you to divinity. Like that. We have to go back to ancestral truth, ancestral veneration. Ancestral veneration, if your father is not good, your great-grandfather is not good, you cannot still make, excuse me, with all respect, maybe, where you come from, you must venerate your line of origin. Venerate them. And my problem is that where I come from, my Gans, we don't do that. And I have a problem I want to share with some of our leaders. We don't, because we don't even see the Gans having Gan TV station, but we have Gan people who are educated, who have money, but you don't see them in anything. When an elder come here from anywhere, straight from Accra, we take them to Kumasi to go and see Asante.
Yeah, because more come.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. So, but Gans, what are you talking about? Gans have dignity. Gans go. Yeah. We say fight in Yaman, but Gans are on the quiet side. The Mpeto Kwa Niamano. But Gans are quiet. But go and check history makers. You see Gans.
Yeah.
Quiet.
You have the capital, and sometimes I wonder.
It's very bad. It will shock you. Go to Ghana, you shock you. One house that has been dilapidated for since 2000 Lima, 2000 to 2000 President Akufo-Addo time. The house has been there like that. One person will come, a young man have money, want to renovate it. One day will say no, because Niban needs to come back. Yeah, nebusian for Nebenya Union, so Ghana princes are just like that. Our ancestors are with you. Ancestral veneration, like I'm saying, people that have gone ahead of us, let's keep remembering them, venerating them. We talk about Yah Santua, is veneration. Every year we do independence celebration, we are venerating our ancestors. But we do it ignorant, that we don't know. When we do prayers, we evoke them. Prayer is an invocation. We call on them. They all come together. Those that died at Independence Stadium, all the veteran soldiers, everything. Spirits don't die. Spirits don't die because spirit cannot be created nor cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot die. So we venerate them. So when we do that and we bring Muslims, all these come together, pray. But we are venerating them. We celebrate Kwame Nkrumah. He did it. It's ancestral veneration. Now you as an individual, how do you venerate your ancestors? Your great-grandfather, you don't have his picture, get his picture. Get your father's picture. If they are late, get it. Instead of having the cross or image of Jesus on your chest, carrying it around, put your father's picture there. No matter how bad your father is your father. If he's not bad at all, if he's too bad, he still brought you into this world. You are not without him. Venerate. Let's venerate our leaders. Those that toiled for us to have our liberty, let's venerate. Today, I read in one of the tablets, somebody stood up and said that JJ should be killed. But you see, these are the problem we have. We don't know how to keep our leaders. We don't know how to celebrate our leaders because we get to a particular office. We can talk to anybody anyhow. Never insult your father until you get to his position. Then you realize that certain decisions your father took that at your younger age you think was bad. No, who do not know who rascals almost say you would have taken worse decision than your father. What you don't understand, keep quiet. Ask your fathers, and they will tell you. Ask your elders, and they will teach you. These are the ways of our fathers. Let's go back to the ways of our fathers. Let's celebrate our ancestors. Let's celebrate our leaders. Let's love our country than ourselves. Let's love our people than ourselves. Let's put religion and party, political, whatever aside. Those things divide us. And let's see the common thread that runs through humanity, which is the God essence. There is divinity in me. There is divinity in you. It's called Ubuntu. I am because you are.
But your mame, or telephone number, if you prepare, so no nketenkete, or people say, this is a request from me because the way my viewers have enjoyed you, they will worry me.
Wow.
Kofi, Papa na ne interview, you know, me here for two be. Me here advice be. Many generation no ho. My own number. Then Facebook baby post to you know.
Ancestral truth.
Yeah, people can go there, like, follow, and enjoy you. Break or Branson on your veterans afro Wadaroma.
No problem.
Na yababedi nkɔmmɔ because seriously, and what the yako baby I am koye.
We bless God.
Michelle. Yes, my number
0243
0243
871
871
000.
000.
Yes, sir.
0243 871
yes
000.
Yes, 300.
All right.
Yes.
And now, Facebook name
Bishop Jehoshaphat Quarter.
Bishop Jehoshaphat Quarter.
Yes, Bishop
Okay.
Jehoshaphat.
And you know,
I'm wearing a graduation robe as a professor.
Okay.
I'm wearing a graduation robe as a professor, Bishop Jehoshaphat Quarter. Okay. I'm creating a new page for Ancestral Truth, but I've not made it, I've not published it yet. I'm still working on it. But right now, when you go to my wall, Bishop Jehoshaphat, Ancestral Truth teachings there, everything, comment, and they are there. Good for every one of us. Yes.
And I'll wait me on Facebook, my Bishop Jehoshaphat. The gun name here.
Quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, during this lockdown, through meditation and prayer, I got bobo.
And then
on the bobo on wall. Butane. See hoping nothing can push us. So Bishop Jehoshaphat Quarter ni bobo. Yeah,
I like the way wama ye African way na era because you see everybody na mama butimi funo. The whites have made us hate our own food.
Yes.
They've made us hate our own language.
Yeah.
Our own religion.
Yeah.
Just think about.
We don't have even a religion. We have spirituality.
Yeah.
Let me chip in this. You see, when you do something like, I was telling you, some of the things I say, they are quite, because anyone can say, Obi abe to me can, Obi nya problem, but say Bishop Jehoshaphat. Bishop represents the church, so they feel like I'm attacking the church. I'm not attacking the church. I'm only sharing knowledge. And you need to be open-minded to embrace. You don't stay close-minded. Yeah. Because what you know now, outside this circumference, there is much more in this space you don't know. So don't go around with just what you know and think that you are the best. I'm not saying I'm still a student of life, but the little that I've learned from nature and life is what I'm sharing. Those that I've learned from my ancestors is what I'm sharing. Those that have been revealed to me are what I'm sharing. But you need to be also, don't end with me by research. If what I'm saying does not connect to your soul, then it's not truth. Truth connects, for it bears witness with our spirit that we are the sons of God. Are you getting the point? When you read the Bible, you are told that it has disappeared.
How we hate ourselves, how we hate our food, how we hate our language, how we hate our religion.
Yes, we don't have a religion, we have spirituality.
Yeah.
Spirituality is the religion of God. When you talk about God, because God is spirit. So if you are going to talk about the religion, it will be spirituality. Spirituality is the real reality. Spirituality is the real reality. Is the reality. Because spirituality is that which exists. Everything is first spiritual because it's mental. The mental is spiritual because you can't see the mind, but you have images in the mind before it comes. So if it is not up, it cannot come down. When we begin to develop ourselves and learn nature around us, we won't have problem. Why is it that they tell us that telling you the connection between nature and man? No white man gives you something to help you. No. No white man gives you anything to help you. Everything you need is in you. Everything you need to have is in you. No white man gives you anything. If white man could strip you of, let me put it, do you know the number of years slavery lasted? 400 years. Right? Mm-hmm. How many years did the slaves, the Israelites, spend in slavery in Egypt? 400 years. Check this. The handwriting is on the wall. Mene mene tekel of Asin. It's written. If you don't understand the code, you can't get it. Are you getting me? So the Bible is there. The things about, there are things we need to be realistic to ourselves. Embrace ourselves that we have more of God than some people. And take away the slavery mentality. And everything we do in the church needs a reformation. Reformation. And most of our brothers in the leadership, our pastors, our fathers, need reformation. Leadership reformation. We need to come back, go back to the drum, or go back to the church boardroom and sit down and think through. And now bring the church back in a different way. Because now the lockdown is lifted, but churches are not allowed to operate. Mm-hmm. So what is the strategy now? What if it is not going to be operating the next 3 months, 4 months? What are we going to do? Buildings are closed, but the church is not closed. Why? Because we are the church. It's the people coming to the church that are the church. And let's develop the ministry, the priesthood of all believers. Every believer has a ministry in them. It's not necessarily holding the microphone and preaching, but they can do something. We should bring out the divinity in them to connect and to fulfill purpose. It shouldn't be I don't know how to put it. You see, we need to understand this Bible better. When we understand the spirituality of it, we will not be divided.
A white man has given you a mobile phone.
Yes.
And you tell me there is nothing good the white man brought us. He has given you a car.
Do you know that intentionally, mobile phone was not meant for the public? It was the military that were using it for navigation. Do you know that years back, the Bible was not meant to be public? The Roman Catholic Church killed people, anyone, and punished them for holding a Bible. The man who translated the Bible from the Greek to the English was burnt at the stake. I've forgotten his name. Is it Wycliffe also? I've forgotten his name. So just check the background. Then you will know the intention of it. It's not meant to help you. But there are good things you can pick. If you pick a daily graphic, is it everything written there that is good for you? No. So pick the essentials, separate the essentials from the non-essentials. If not, Judas committed suicide. Why not you go and commit suicide? Is it not in the Bible? If Abraham were to be alive today, Abraham would have been arrested. Because Isaac would run to the mother and say, my father wanted to use me for money ritual. If you were to be Jonah, your wife would never believe you today. Jonah would have been sent to Waju. That I went to, how would you explain to your wife? We came, where are you? You don't know if one fish swallowed me. For 3 days, I was in a fish stomach for 3 days. Meanwhile, the throat of that kind of whale cannot even swallow a human being. So how did it happen? And he was in the whale having oxygen, mature grown person, and they showed us a picture of Jonah kneeling in the whale stomach like this, praying. And he vomited. You tell your wife this today, immediately if Jonah was to be around, if you are Jonah, do you think your wife would tolerate that?
No.
So you can see that some things, they are lessons, but they have become the main thing we are holding on to. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. Abraham, we are told, is a Hebrew. The word Hebrew originated from Habiru. Habiru became Hebiru, then Hebiru became Hebrew. Habiru simply means black man or a black-faced person. We are told that Abraham had a slave girl called what? Hagar. Hagar was from Egypt. Egypt, the word Egypt is just a current word. It was formerly known as Kemet. Kemet means black place or black people. So if Abraham, Hebiru, black man, and had a child with Hagar, who is an Egyptian, and Egyptian means Egypt also means black people. It's a black person, and they gave birth to a son called what? Ishmael.
Yeah, Ishmael.
We are told Ishmael is the father of Arabs. Is it true? That's what we are told, that Ishmael is the father of Arabs, today who are the Muslims. So Muslims say that Abraham is their father. Christians say they descended from Isaac. Isaac is their father. So we're all fighting for one father. If a ban is saying now, we Brony.
Yeah,
from Brown Hafo. Only another Brown Hafo ba awo. Ne say mumba mu ne friend okwadwo no. Maybe Yoruba for Chinese food. Only Chinese food yeah na food. Doesn't make sense. Oka Chinese. If a ban is saying na oba na sasiye na food call Chinese food. Kala no kofi. So you see, we read things, we don't question beyond. We don't investigate words. We don't investigate the origin to get things. In theology, we have something we call hermeneutics. Hermeneutics is the science and art of interpreting the Bible. The Bible is the word of God. But hermeneutics, we use Greek from Hermes. Hermes is the god, mythological god of the Greeks. It's called Hermes. Hermes is the messenger of the Greek gods, and he brings message to the mortals, from the gods to mortals, and he does that through dreams and other things. So when you check the design or the image of Hermes, Hermes is always flying in between the skies. He has a helmet with wings on it, with horns. Then he has wings on his ankles, and he flies in between with a staff. The staff has the head of a snake like this, and that head of the snake is the same image that the Pope of Constantinople also holds. I won't go. And that same snake is the same thing that we see the doctors. Health. Yes. And we are told that snake is evil. But when you check the Egyptian system, the pharaohs and the pharaohs and the Nefertiti and the rest, you see always have a snake which represent awakening, consciousness. It also represent transformation, because the snake is the only reptile that can change itself, remove the old skin. So you are renewal, rebirth, born again. It represents those, and also represent medicine, intelligence. The Bible tells you, be wise as a serpent. Yes, we are told that serpent is evil, is the devil. You see the things here. So though it is there in the Bible, we must learn to move away from myth and get into principles, because myth is a story that cannot be verified, but principles make you responsible. You face the principles of life, responsibility. Now, Hermes now interpret dreams. If Hermes is a mythological god of the Greeks, how does interpreting the Bible become the principle of Hermes? Are you getting my point now? How does it happen? Now, we have what is called theology. Theology is two words. We have theos and logos, or logic. And when we talk about logic, we are talking about logic. We are talking about idea. So logic is an idea. Now, theos is the Greek compound word for a deity. And in Greek mythology, they have the supreme of the deities is called Zeus. Now, so when you come to Greek mythology, when you say theos, you have not mentioned God. Because so in Akan rendition, when you mention Bosoma, naturally, the same thing in Greek language, when you say theos, you have mentioned God. That is God. It's a bosom. You have not mentioned anything. So how does it become the God of the Bible? Think through. Now, logic. This with logic, concept, and based on mythology, because Zeus and all those ones are mythological beliefs. Myths are not factual. Now, then we come back and say we're having theology. How do you defend it now? So in other words, theology is the logic, the ideology of Greeks concerning Godism or deism. If you want to understand from African cosmology or our perspective, I would rather say, then why not we do odumankomology, to study about odumankoma? Then I will understand it very, very much. And I can't understand odumankoma. So odumankoma say from its origin and its language and terminology very well than from a Greek perspective. So now that takes you back. We are also told, say, the Bible was written from Africa, Asia, and Europe. So Africa, where? We are the Africans. Now, the Asians, when the Asians went to Egypt and they studied the system of the Egyptians, they took up all the names and the... I don't want to go to some areas, and they're so dangerous. They're so dangerous. Hey, one should cause of any, they're so dangerous. And they took out all the names and the images of the celebrities, or I won't say celebrities, like the figures of the Egyptians, and they turned it into their own, the Greeks, which are the Asians. Now, when the Asians got the now, so they changed the names, everything. So they have all the names and everything. They changed so many things. What are the Greek philosophers? You remember we have the Greek philosophers. Is it Pluto or Plato or I don't know, and Aristotle and all this. Yeah. All these people studied in Egypt. Then the Europeans encountered them and said, how do you now transform all the Asians? What is the transformation? Say, okay, we got it from the Egypt. Now the Asians, the Europeans, did not want to just get the knowledge. They came back to possess, conquer it. And after learning everything, they removed all the images that they learned from the Greek people and also put their images there. So check all the angels, they are white.
Yeah.
You've not seen Angel Mary. Mm-hmm. All the angels are masculine. But before they brought that masculinity, in African cosmology, when you do ATR, African Traditional Religious Studies, you realize that we have Odumakuma Atananyumbo. God is both the combination of the male and the female energy. To have God from African perspective. Into Osru Yebema and Asasi Eyoba, just say Asasi ya. Na Senya Osru Edi Insu Egu Asasi so Emma Ahaban Efifeni Sana Bema Eda Nyerisu Edi Insu Egu Nisu Ayoba no na Nipa Nkwa Afifi. The same thing. So you can see how man connects with nature. But the Europeans don't like that. Because they don't like the way ourselves, so they package everything different. So most of the things in the Bible are from their perspective. It has nothing to do with us. But we are not able to separate the chaff from the essential from the non-essential.
And everything has the names and all that. That's a
Yes. Sarah, is Sarah an African name? Sarah, or African D. You see, we have to, that's why I said that asking questions is the beginning of wisdom. When you begin to question your own belief and now separate the essential from the essential, what can I say? What should I say? Now, how do I modify? You can pick from here, you can pick one here to cook and have a good meal that will help your body. Don't deny everything, but look for the truth that connects everything and remove the non-essentials. That's what I'm trying to say. So they bring the Bible back to us with their system, with their mythology and everything. So the Europeans also have their mythology. They added everything to it and they brought it to us. They have different versions. So King James version and all those kind of nonsense they give to us. So and then ukita Babla, no kita NIV. Vincent, your work King James no DNA better see. How can that be? You see how mine? Excuse me, excuse your audience. I mean, my mind is fucked up religiously. I get it, but your mind is the greatest Bible. That is a holy Bible. It's not corrupted. That's why they always come for your mind, attack your mind, and work on your mind. Everything is work on the mind and get the person confused. So Paul said, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it proceeds the issues of life, your mind.
This issue of polygamy in the Bible, was it also taken out? Because if they took it from Africa, then that was the way of Africa. But it came back different, right?
Before I go to the polygamy, let me tell you this. You see, when we have weddings, we have maid of honors. Yeah. Do you know where it came from?
That's what I was
going
superstitious from there belief. To where there to...
Superstitious belief. Believe that, okay, when a groom, two people are married, there is a demon that comes, a superstitious belief, it's a myth that comes to possess the lady to trouble the man. So, okay, let's confuse the demon that comes to trouble that possess. So let's look for somebody who looks exactly like the bride and put the person beside. So if you check ancient times, years back, when there is a wedding going on, the bride, they always look for somebody that look exactly like the bride. Yeah. So somebody's mythological belief, superstition, you can't verify. Now, I'm sorry, there are some churches, if on your wedding, they say we are sick. Secondly, Obi koye weddings this year, made of one best at 12. Where from all this kind of stuff? Where from all this kind of stuff? I then yes, sir. What is wrong with the black man? We have ignored our own way of life, and there are some pastors even so. The acceptance of the man's family and the woman finish as by yet the end of the no ye crap no ko ho ba na bush and for crap ye due to suffer by just why a wedding that. Well, from that, any pastor who do that is not intelligent. I'm telling you the truth. It's not intelligent because you are making things difficult. I'm saying number didi. I'm saying didi for what? Nani pano kofia, not okohama. Now, what are they going to do? So you see that people now try to please people and have a good outlook presentation, but then they end up with bills they can't pay. And they start having marital crisis. They say, Dimo bini mami, and ani mami fee. They didn't take right decision because some pastors don't help them take the right decision. When 2 or 3 are gathered, I am there. No papa, now somebody that represent, they agree, whatever, is verified, say, where you bush, anywhere bush, and they agree, fine. No, put them together, bless them, let them live their life. Marriage is a license to fulfill a purpose. You come together to officially have sex, approve sex, and fulfill a purpose. It's also, I'll make unto him a man, a helpmeet. So the person coming to you must help you to meet something, do something. So the man must have a vision, and the woman must have a vision. They must help each other to fulfill their vision individually. So my vision shouldn't overshadow your vision, but while I make your vision as my focus to help you fulfill your vision, you also make me the man, my vision, your vision. So while I'm building yours, you are building mine. At the end, we all build together. If not, you end up becoming baby producing machines. We have children, there's no future for them. So polygamy, it is here written. I don't know where it's written, but I don't see God condemning it in any way. Muslims have it. Has God killed anyone? Today, Muslims are outnumbering Christians. In business, Survivor, number counts. On Facebook, on YouTube, you deal with numbers. Number counts. So when somebody's number, population is increasing, yours is decreasing, you'll be defeated in any issue.
China must say China take over the world.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And check China. China does not import anything. They produce their own thing. They look at what you have, they take a piece of, they go and produce. They don't need anything. They only come and dominate your area. So come, keep coming. And when the corona, you see how they fortify their walls? You see the whole world is suffering now. They are producing medical aids to the world. Meanwhile, you won't crawl for her. You bet me near her buying any man. I said, you no cost no more to Ghana. You no more. Meanwhile, Asana or how we can package it. Asana. Pito or ha. Asana mort bebano near African nothing mort pito. Any to say African there Asana smell of beba near palm wine, but we don't like it. Obi no pan say bonny like that, but Obi got us no. Or didn't say it's dignified. So be no pure water or rubber man say add then or top bottle water. And on Crawford feel say black man extra bottle water. I feel say no need the champion in the community. Go get a bottle water in the bottle.
No, bottle water.
Bottle water. No, get an free say a big man no. Oh, why? We have a long way to go. So it is, if you can, in the Muslim, is that if you can provide for them, stay with them. Even the Bible tells you that if a man is coming to the Lord, a bishop must be a man of one wife. That means that if you don't have one wife, if you are not a bishop, you can have more. If you want, can take care of them equally. Why not? Why not? What stops you? Women outnumber men. And there are some women, they will not get married. And that is another thing going on in the churches now. Not every woman will have a wedding. Marriage is marriage, so far as family approves. Don't kill yourself to have any wedding, have pictures, have camera, have all this. If you can afford, fine. But if you can't afford, please save money. Tomorrow you have children to take care of them. Are you getting me? The reason why most ladies are not married in churches today is because they are waiting for wedding. A man who do them wedding. They you study each other. You teach people how to study each other. Dating is studying each other, knowing each other. They say, don't date. If you date, you are fornicating, it's bad like that. Then you expect the person to marry. How would the person marry? You teach them how to work within the parameters of decency. Teach the person self-awareness and self-dignity. You don't need to police them. They will know how to take care of themselves. You can't teach anybody to be holy. You can't tell anyone to be holy. It's a decision somebody make. You can teach them reality, but you can't force them to be holy. How do you become holy? Holy means integrity. You want to tell a person to walk in integrity. Holiness comes from the word wholeness. Wholeness from the Latin word integer. Integer means integrity. And integrity means nothing missing, nothing broken. Be a person that keeps your word. So if you say that you are going to be truthful, keep your word. If you are saying that you want to be truthful, keep your word. That means you're a person of integrity. But you can't force anyone to be. Even the Bible tells you that no one is holy. I'm the Lord thy God, I'm holy, and no one is, so there's none holy. Are you getting the point? So what are you trying to do? Let's teach people this. And so they want to have wedding by all means. So they did small, the guys, now the lady will be pushed. Why don't you do wedding? Now, you're from my son in Ambra and video one day. He say, now the man will be frustrated on Kitas Koban, who is you see a little bit in a church, will be dating for about 5 years, 3 years, then they can't marry because the pressure of the church having wedding and those kind of things is not happy. Why not let them go and see each other family, then agree, and let the church support them? Are you getting the point? Mm-hmm. So we must also understand that not everybody will marry in this life. When we understand that not everybody will marry, and there's somebody who has enough money, it's okay, I can take care of you. There are some ladies that have children with no father, and you have a man, and maybe the man is taking care of you, helping you with it. Oh, I can. There's no need. Why not come and join my family? Let me make you my wife. Could be my second wife. Let me take care of your child, adopt the child, and take care of them. What is wrong with that? The money will be given. That one is good. You should take. But for you to physically come around because our boyfriend in Nama, say bit of fraction payment atupan ombego. On to me, Shane. Now Obi and nephew, so I can take care of you. Count. You say that is wrong. So on Nante, Fanko. No, be about to which one is preferable? You see, we are not being logical. Yeah. So at the end of me, how many guys today are ready to marry somebody with 2 children without their husband, without father? When the father is rich, then the man will know that na me show be bar or you know or this can command papa. They won't. Or do be 10 years. Boss will be home. Then they end up being frustrated. At the end, we'll be home. They are working before I realize no time I dream. So if we are going to talk about polygamy, it helps. It's helpful. Because there are people who are sincerely, it's helpful. When we do all this, one man, one disease, Paul is the one that created all this kind of stuff. And it's not even, where is it verified? Who is God killing? What will God do? If I want to marry 3, I can take care of them. Will God kill me instead of watching them walk around and rot? What are you talking about? Are you getting my point? Yeah. So we have to be, let's put religion aside and let's be factual. Let's embrace life and be reasonable and be critical thinkers.
No, but when you say this, you are a bishop.
Yes.
Or you are suffer.
That's what many people don't like to hear.
What the rest will say, Christians will say is, you are carnal. Okasa ewo honem.
Ontina ho, that be ontina ho on nyo okasa me kasa honem. Say nyo no twa me bills mami. I've shared my view. It could help you. You will take it fine. You will not take it. That's your cup of tea. Your view will not put my dress, will not give me dress or pay my bills or pay my children's school fees or give me food to eat. I'm sharing what I think will help you. Take your knowledge, take your religious knowledge and just be there. Are you getting me? Let me tell you something. Watch it. Check carefully. Christians pretend in church more than people they call unbelievers. I'm speaking my mind. Yeah. Usha, many Christians' relationship always have problem than worldly people because most worldly people are realistic. So Banya Bibia on penna, Bema will let you know I don't like this against me. So they show them, but Christians they'll be pretending under spirituality. So now you get married, or before realize the relationship is not. These are the things. So check it. The things we say we don't like, they don't like. They are the things they will do secretly. So why not open people's mind, let them face reality, and teach them how to walk within the lines of dignity and be responsible. Wedding nobody have received an award as the best for the best wedding.
Oh, despite the money there.
It's not the best wedding, my brother. On a pony donor by Ankasa, your big girlfriend Wakoji. So what is the best about it? And so there is nothing, nobody have received an award. The marriage he had the marriage because of the family he's coming from. There's wealth there. Everybody want to get a Nyankasa crap. So Obafu from Oninama, now that's because everybody want to be comfortable. So it's not the best marriage. If he's come from a poor family, do you think that it will be on the news media like that? No. But there are people who are not in the media, but go and say how they are working, their relationships are good, their marriages are good, because they are being truthful to themselves and helping themselves.
I would say I don't mind being a second wife. Sharing is caring. Nana, if you are if you know true. Was it Kofi? I said stop. Was say I have to listen to this interview 3 times. Charlie Slim and what no ebaye. Musa Jordan and Mao Blue say no. And was say straight up, way free, no nonsense, no go. Was it humanity over religious? Nana Abba Milk Kasu the second. Was it? It's not carnality, it's reality. All these side check issues are as a result of condemning polygamy. Richmond Afrani
and also because we are afraid of what people will say, but we go back when we are suffering. Are you getting me? We go back.
We live as if we live to please
people.
Yeah.
And when you are suffering, you suffer alone. And the same people you want to please, they don't like you.
Yeah.
So why not live your life? You see, when you are realistic, people don't like it. People want you to pretend. So you see how I'm being realistic?
Yeah.
Other pastor friends will not like what I'm saying. But I'm being realistic. And I'm being truthful. It doesn't mean that you are wrong. It doesn't mean I'm right. Yeah. But just open your mind and listen. Take what will help you. And think outside the Bible and just face life. Because when you meet life, you don't carry Bible around you to look at it. You face reality.
I like this man, Kwaku Buabin, because wisdom is talking, Baba Jalo. Big ups and a Solomon Dublins at the buy. Was it Brakofi, please? Is Ghana airport opened? Junior Brainwork Academy, Emie, I said it's a 2 weeks or so. Then I can't home. Was it Bishop plus Avram equals to enlightenment? I said, Nana Boateng. Was it this bishop is too good to educate Africans? Entry. Douglas. Was it Kofi, please don't change you. Keep your faith still in what you believe in. Don't be deceived. Dag Hill Rio. What? I am for worried then. I am an open-minded being. And so I listen, I pick and choose what will help me. And I am not in a box.
Yeah.
Take that. In Shaba Kofi, was say this is what I have been talking about all my life. Religion is a problem. Was say this man is really speaking sense. Kofi, you have to bring him more time. Tenny J. Was it Kofi, please do well to bring him again because we have learned a lot from him today. Way free Radius Fifi Bismarck. Was say he should write books. Books they were very. And you know, on the Facebook, I know it's by all means, you get links to some of the books and then how you can get some. The number also near the two, and you can WhatsApp. Say number no WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Sample was one maybe
0243
0243
871
871
000.
So you can also WhatsApp him as well. Was it please don't like Shatawale because people don't like Shatawale because he's real. Okay, Gideon, we're not sure. I know. Was it the law must work in Ghana and leave the Christianity outside the equation? JK. Was it Kofi? We still want to talk about what you saw in Israel, please. Evans and Nimbwedi. The American Israel, they found home. I say more. I'm too much. I don't know if I'm taking my feeling airborne in some edema. Yes, Saki was said this is making a lot of sense when you listen to Abraham too. Okay, this guy is a crack. Greetings from Spain and Abdul Mumuni Nuruddin, a trader by. Was he his okay? But no idea now,
Jonah, yes.
Say Okoda Bonsuyem no. You are saying say Bonsu intimi nipa.
No. Go and do your research about the whales.
The whale cannot swallow human being.
That's what I mean. Listen. In your throat, you can't penetrate. You just but listen. Listen. You go do your research.
Okay.
But so when pictures in there.
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, them. Yeah.
On them okoto in the picture. How many okoto?
Yeah.
And obon pie.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Even the acid na one ye man kasa and raw ni 3 days. Oxygen free. The only way to defend this argument is that God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. That's what I was going to.
And when it has to do with faith, you just can't believe because God is God. I was asking my people, I have a platform called AMF, Apostolic Ministerial Fellowship, and the vision of it is bringing decency, leadership, and orderliness to the pulpit. Now, I make it to be a hardcore platform for pastors, and we are there. We're about 250, I think 54 now. And I dropped thought-provoking questions, and we look at it, and just to let them enlighten them, because if what I'm saying, you already know, I'm only repeating knowledge. But as a teacher, if I'm a master teacher, I should say things you don't know to bring you into enlightenment. Yeah. This is what I asked them a question that, did Jesus committed ad hominem? Ad hominem is character assassination.
Yeah. Attacking instead of answering.
Yes. So I said in Luke, Jesus said, when Jesus was asked concerning his work and his death, whatever, he told the disciples, go and tell that fox, I'll cast out demons. He was referring to Herod. And I said, did Jesus, being a perfect leader in his perfection, committed ad hominem or not? One of my pastor friends came and said, oh, then if we look, then we are saying that Jesus is not perfect, but then it will look like we are attacking Jesus. I said, I'm not attacking, we are learning. Bible said, for Jesus left out examples that we should follow. So if you are to follow, ad hominem. Now, one of the leaders also came back and said that who is also a very good
ad hominem na kwa yet say, mene ye interview, no be a question be. Instead of so by answer question, no be say, na wo kofi kura, na say we a journalist, we a doctor. And he can, instead of answering the question, then he attacks me. A lot of politicians do it.
Yes.
It's in communication. Or should I attack you just to make you look bad in a way, and then
to hide his ignorance.
To hide in it. That is it. ABR just to.
Yes, thank you. Just go and ask tell that fox. So it's presenting to me itself. The reason fox now Uyusu, is representing the female fox, and the female fox has to do with Herodias, any wife. No. Now the point is that means that Herod has shifted from his manly nature and has come under the control of the females. That's why he's referred to as a fox. So okay, that is different. How many people that heard Jesus at that time will know that Jesus is referring to the transformation or transition from his manly nature to a female nature, and understand? They will tell, oh, even Jesus called Herod a fox, and people could be calling Herod a fox. So did Jesus show good example in this test? You see, it's hard.
It's very hard.
Because now it will look like you are disqualifying Jesus, who is the figure of the Christian faith. Yeah. But we're looking at leadership principles. And I said, Jesus committed ad hominem. Because if he called Herod a fox, he has insulted him, he has attacked his personality. Jesus has not shown respect to Herod, because the same Bible tells you that give respect to your leaders, for no government is of its own, but every government is instituted by God. Is that not so? Yeah. So if he's shown us an example, then he said we can abuse leaders. So I gave them an example. Let's look at Paul also in Acts chapter 16, verse 16 to 18. Paul, we are told about a young lady who was possessed of an evil spirit and was using for divination, sorcery, soothsaying, and has made her owners rich. And one day she saw Paul, and anytime she sees Paul, she runs and she goes after them, saying, "These are the men who are teaching us the way of life." Was it not a good thing she was saying? But Bible says now that